Hello, and welcome to Let's Play Hollow Knight. This is a project I've been meaning to do for quite a while, but I've finally gotten around to starting it, spurred by the news that Silksong might be coming out later this year. Don't hold me to that or anything. This is all in the territory of vague rumours at this point. So, I've decided I would really love to do a blind Let's Play of Silksong when it comes out, and that is just so nerve-wracking, the idea of putting my first playthrough of a game in front of an audience. So, to ease myself into the idea of doing that, I'm going to start with a Let's Play of the first game. As you can see, I have played this game before, all the way to completion. So this will not be a blind Let's Play, and to be honest, I had a bit of doubt about doing this because this is the kind of game for which if you're going to watch someone play through it at all, I think a blind Let's Play is a much more interesting experience, so why would anyone watch this? Well, maybe someone wants to watch me play through it when I've maybe someone wants to watch the experience of playing through it again, knowing where everything is, and talking through some of the strategies, things like that. Anyway, I'm going to give it a go, and obviously starting from the new game slot. So, Steel Soul is a mode where if you die, you lose that save file. That is very bad for Let's Playing, so we're just doing classic. In wilds beyond, they speak your name with reverence and regret. For none could tame our savage souls, yet you the challenge met. Under palest watch you taught, we changed, base instincts were redeemed. A world you gave to bug and beast as they had never dreamed. So this is the opening of the game. It's very cryptic. Things will make sense later on, and I'm going to try not to explain too much. But that is very ominous, and that's clearly something that is presented in a way that makes it clear that is going to be a major objective of the game. And there's our character. A little traveller wandering along the road. Maybe getting somewhere? Those enormous blank eyes. Oh, there we go. Yeah, great atmospheric opening. So that was our destination ahead. We're not quite there yet. But the game's given us an indication of which way to go, so in classic Metroidvania fashion, we're going to go the other way and see what's there. Can't get up there. Don't have a wall jump. I can jump on these background obstacles. So X is my attack button. It attacks in front of me in a little arc like that. And I can also attack up or down. And by attacking downwards on enemies and obstacles, you can bounce off them. It's usually called pogoing for obvious reasons. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Your great strength marks you amongst us. Focus your soul and you shall achieve feats of which others can only dream. Okay, so that unlocks the soul meter in the top left, which fills up. I was trying to do a little shortcut by jumping onto that platform. It fills up each time you hit an enemy. And we'll see what it's for later on. These little rocks I'm hitting add to the numerical meter, which is the currency of the game. It's called Geo. There we go. So now that I've been hit, it tells me hold A to focus, and that's the heal. So when the soul meter is full, that's enough soul for 3 heals. In case it's not obvious, heals of my health is indicated by the row of masks. And the cocoon I just broke gives me 2 extra temporary masks. So many things that, that a new player wouldn't know. It's a little tricky to keep track of what I need to explain and what I don't. Or what I have already explained and what still needs explaining. So I paused just there to get this on screen. You can just see that the normal way to go from here is up, but it kind of hints that there's something here. And I can't jump across that, but using the pogo technique, we can cross. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Within our lands do not hide your true form. Let all bask in your majesty, for only this kingdom could produce one such as you. Apparently I'm a higher being, whatever that means. And we've got our first charm. To equip a charm, open the charms menu while resting at a bench. Haven't even seen our first bench yet. Nor have we seen anything that money can be used for, but presumably that will happen when we get to the town. And we do have to go round again to get there. So, new players would probably not know about that pogoing, but you may find it by experimentation, or you might leave that and go the normal way and come back and find that charm later. That is one of the things really nice about this game. Higher beings, these words are for you alone. Beyond this point you enter the land of King and Creator. Step across this threshold and obey our laws. Bear witness to the last and only civilization, the eternal kingdom, Hallownest. Doesn't actually say what the laws are, by the way, so I hope breaking all these objects in this door is not against them. Yeah, that's one of the things I really like about the game, the way that little secrets are hidden in these corners and you have to poke around to find them all. So I'm going to be showing some of those off in this playthrough, of course. And we've finally arrived at that town that we saw earlier. But it's all empty. Hello there, traveller. I'm afraid there's only me left to offer welcome. Our town's fallen quiet, you see. With the other residents, they've all disappeared, headed down that well, one by one into the caverns below. Where it used to be, there was a great kingdom beneath our town. It's long fell to ruin, yet it still draws folks into its depths. Wealth, glory, enlightenment. That darkness seems to promise all things. I'm sure you too seek your dreams down there. Well, watch out. It's a sickly air that fills the place. Creatures turn mad and travellers are robbed of their memories. Perhaps dreams aren't such great things after all. So at the moment we haven't been given any direction as to why we're here, what we're doing, what our goal is. All will become clear. So this is the charms menu. Go around our inventory of charms, of which we have only one. Equip it. It takes up 2 of the notches that you can see just there. And this one gives me more strength when close to death. So it actually has no effect until you're all the way down at 1 hit point. So really, you want to be above that most of the time. So it's not the most useful charm, but it's a nice thing to have gotten straight off. Here's the well that he talked about, so of course we're going to go down there. First, let's look around. a wide empty space, a door at the end, which is locked. And that's all. So the game is very clearly telling us to go down the well, even though at the moment we have no idea why, what we're expecting. But let's find out. This is the Forgotten Crossroads. Some simple enemies, so these ones go back and forth, and the white one circled around the platform. Maybe I should have tried a bit harder to show that off before fighting it, and these ones bounce around pretty much in straight lines and then choose a new direction when they hit a wall. Everything goes down in a couple of hits at this point. And there's a door over here. He doesn't sound very happy, but there's nothing we can do for him yet. So, these enemies have respawned, so that's a good indicator that things will respawn on room transitions. And these platforms, this room is, I think, inspired by a very famous room in Metroid that has a series of mid-air platforms like this. Although in this case they've gone a bit... you can see that the platforms are actually held up by wires. I'm not sure the best word for those, but anyway, they've put in some effort to make it a bit more realistic, and I appreciate that. I'm fighting some of the enemies while I'm talking just to get a bit more money, because over here is Cordofa. Hello there. Come down to explore these beautiful old ruins, don't mind me. For I have a fondness for exploring myself. Getting lost and finding your way again is a pleasure like no other. We're exquisitely lucky, you and I. I'm a cartographer by trade, and I'm working on mapping this area right now. Would you like to buy a copy of my work so far? So I've played the game enough that I don't need the map, but honestly it's going to come in so handy for showing the viewers things, so I'm getting all the maps. A map can be a useful thing, but it alone won't show you where you are. If you're not the head for directions, I suggest purchasing a compass from my wife, Iselda. Well, she's just now opening our new map shop in Dirtmouth, selling all sorts of useful things to wanderers like yourself. She'll even sell some of my old maps from time to time. I pop back to see her whenever I finish mapping an area. She's always so excited to see me. So if I climbed back up now, I could go visit Zelda in the shop, but I do happen to know that 98 is not enough money to get anything there, so right now I won't bother. Let's go this way. Let's do left first, and then it's easier to remember where I've gone and where I haven't. So, up there, there's another Geo Rock that I can get to if I know the pogo trick. I think these worm enemies are called gomes. Oh, fell in the acid. I'm not as bad at the game as you might guess from this, but I am very out of practice. So that monster just floated around in the air, and here's our first grub. So if you notice a similarity between that grub and the crying monster earlier, you might guess that those are connected, and indeed they are. So let's go back and talk to him. Can't get back up this shaft, but there are platforms on this side. I'm not bothering to heal right now because I really don't need to. We'll see if I can get away with that. There we are. The grub has been freed and has come back home and filled one of these holes. And now he's happy. And gives us a little reward. Which is only 10 geo, but the rewards will get bigger later in the game, so definitely a good idea to come back to him if you find more and more of those grubs. I'll be trying to get them all, of course. Cornifer is still there. And this is the only way we haven't gone yet. So, up here there's more geo rocks. Stand in between those, you can break them both at once. And this is very well positioned. You're going to stand there to break the rock. And that's going to let you find the hidden wall if you didn't know about it. That is our first breakable wall, isn't it? So, lets you know that breakable walls are going to be a thing in the game. And it leads to this, which is not acid. It's actually nice, steamy water in which we can heal. The bench would also heal us, if we weren't already. Okay. And as soon as I drop down here, I get locked in. It's the first arena in the game. These will shoot out blobs at very slow intervals. So it's pretty easy, but you have to defeat all the enemies before the doors open up again. And this room's very interesting. Because I can't jump there. Can't jump from lower down. Yeah. I can just about touch the wall, but you can see that I cannot possibly get on top of that. And from here, I can get enough height, but not enough distance. So, definitely not getting up there. So, I mentioned this already, but this is a Metroidvania game. So we're going to be getting more abilities throughout the game that will allow us to reach places that were not reachable before. So, one reason the map is very important is that you can mark where there's something to do later that you can't do now. And while I do appreciate that being in-game, it's a very good system. I'm also a big fan of games that encourage you to make maps and notes on paper. I find that really fun. But in the modern era, games tend to put that in-game more often than not. So there's a lot of these georocks around the Crossroads, so I'm trying to get as many of them as possible because I will want to buy some things very soon. There is one over here that's a bit more risky. How much of this can I get? Well, I did take a hit, but I got all the geo. So each georock takes 5 hits to break. And this sign looks interesting. Let's go and see what it's pointing to. Bench. And... okay, this is our first stag station. Ring the bell. Greetings, little one. It's been an age since I last heard the ringing of a station bell. It echoed down the stagways and called me to you. For I've grown stiff and tired over these many years, and I've forgotten much but the sound of the bell will always call me back. These stagways stretch the depths of Hallownest. If you want to travel them, hail me from the platform. I'll take you where you need to go. So we can travel... I accidentally hit cancel. We can travel back to Dirtmouth now, and we get to ride the cute stag beetle. I think technically he's not a stag beetle, but he's called Stag in game, so... That opens one of the doors we walked past before that was closed at the time. Does Elderbug have anything new to say?
I never thought I'd see such a thing. The stag station has opened. That building lay silent since before even my time. Oh, I've heard the tales of the glorious lines, a web of tunnels running all through the kingdom. And not that I'll be travelling them, mind you. I'm quite content where I am.
I'm going to try to keep the voices consistent through this Let's Play, but there are a lot of them, and I will forget which voice I've done for certain characters. This is also open, so this is Zelda's shop.
Barpanara.
Come to buy a map, have you? It's really my husband you should be dealing with, but what a surprise, he's headed down below. He'll pop back occasionally to deliver new maps for the store. But I do wish he'd spend a little more time up here. I've not much interest in retail myself. Right, getting this quill. So that makes the map update when you find new things. It's pretty much essential. And these pins mark various types of thing automatically, which is really good. So because we've found a Stagway already, the Stagway pin is in the store. Because we've found a hot spring, this pin appears in the store. But these are the interesting ones, because these let me place markers myself. So there are other markers beyond these that don't appear yet, because we haven't found any of the respective thing. And the Wayward Compass is a very nice charm that shows where the player is on the map. But can't afford that yet. So let's... so if I scroll left from the charm screen, I get to the inventory, where we have the quill that I've just bought, the old nail, so that's my weapon, the focus ability, and it's not clear yet what these are, although this one at least it should be possible to guess. And yeah, I can scroll down to Geo to get some flavour text about it. Made from fossilised, misspelt, shells of various forms. So what was I going to do? I was going to scroll left once more, and we get to the map. So I can now zoom in, and you see the vague outline map that Cornifer sells us. But I have just bought the quill, so next time I sit on a bench, it fills itself in, so I'm not sure how clearly you'll be able to see this on the video, but areas that I've been through are now boxes with clear outlines and a fill colour, as opposed to the unvisited areas in the top right of the map, which are a kind of scratchy outline and black background. Two of the rooms with a scratchy outline show interesting features, so clearly I need to go there. And there are other passages to the side from the Grubfather room that I didn't visit. Unfortunately, that is one of the curses of playing this with hindsight. I know where I need to go and where I don't, so I will visit all of those, but for now, let's make our target to visit the two areas that are specially marked. Those are clearly important. And yeah, we can go back up the well at any time. Even though it's not really clear how we do it, I guess we climb up the chain. But yeah, that has illustrated the importance of currency, so we're trying to afford the compass as soon as possible, as well as other things. Temple of the Black Egg. And this is... well, it doesn't tell us his name yet, but this is Quirrell. Hello there, how delightful to meet another traveller on these forgotten roads. You're a short one, but you've a strong look about you. I'm Quirrell. I have something of an obsession with uncharted places. This ancient kingdom holds many fascinating mysteries, and one of the most intriguing of them is standing right before us. A great stone egg lying in the corpse of an ancient kingdom, and this egg, is it warm? Well, it certainly gives off a unique air. Can it be opened? There are strange marks all over it. I do so love a mystery, and who knows what other marvels lie even deeper below us. This door might look a bit familiar. Those 3 masks were seen in the prologue. Can't go further that way. So that's clearly something of importance that's for much later. These guys are silly. They warm up and then charge towards us in such a little pottering about way. It's very easy to defeat them. And those ones are a bit similar, but take 3 hits to kill. Their little spiked horn doesn't actually do any more damage. It's just 1 damage each. But over here, here's our first serious threat of the game. So he can send up shockwaves and strike with the club. Now, I know how to dodge him, but if you don't, that club deals 2 damage. It's the first thing in the game that does. There we go. I wanted to show off the effect when you get damaged for 2. There's our second grub. And there's a door over here, so this is getting a bit off the beaten path. In fact, yeah, so if you can look at the map, I've just explored the area in the far top right corner, and I'm now just below that, so going off the map, so later when I get to the bench you'll be able to see that this room does get added to the map. Oh, bury my mother pale and slight, bury my father with his eyes shut tight, bury my sisters 2 by 2, and then when you're done, let's bury me too. I only just made up the tune for that on the spot. I don't know if it has a canonical one. Aha, do you know that one? It's one of my favourites. We can sing something else if you like. You start singing and I'll join in. I bet you have a beautiful singing voice. So, what are you down here for? If you came to get wealthy, just look around you. These mines are still bursting with riches. There's plenty for everyone. Just grab a pick and join in. That's my lashes. Nice. But there are no picks around. There is an elevator. Another thing that we can break if we want. Does that respawn? I don't actually know. Yes, it does. No comment. And here's a little statue, so I'll show off what this does. You hit it and it refills your soul meter. In this case all the way, because I'd only used 2/3 of it. And down here, our way is blocked. It's pretty easy to guess that that lever just down there would open these. Looking at the map again, so you can see this area is a loop, so if I'd come upwards from the stag, I would get to here. Well, I didn't, so those ceiling spikes can kill enemies. Let's go this way. And there's a nice trick for those. You can just walk under them and they'll jump over you harmlessly. You can attack them upwards through the platforms. Oh, another grub up there. Looks a little bit out of reach. But if we're careful... I was not careful. If we're careful, we can do this. That's why I cleared out this guy first. All the enemy types do have names, by the way. I don't know all of them off by heart. And even the ones I do know, I'm keeping quiet about, because the game will have its way of revealing them a bit later. We'll get to that not this episode, in a couple of episodes' time. Talking of which, I've been going for almost half an hour. I'd like to reach a stopping point, and I think the stopping point's going to be where I've showed off what's in the other room on the map. So that'll be a bit longer than half an hour, but that's fine. I don't have a fixed intended length for episodes for this. Still do not have enough for the Wayward Compass. That's okay. There will soon be other things I want to get as well, so maybe won't even get the compass for a while. Oh, I know what I want to get.
Bapanada.
I want to get the second place it yourself marker. And now, when I sit on the bench, the places I've explored will be mapped. So, whoops. So let's place blue here. D for change marker, and red there. So, blue shows where we could not progress without some kind of extra jump mobility. Could be high jump, or double jump, or horizontal jump. And the red shows the shaky floor that obviously needs some kind of downwards attack that we don't have. I mean, I guess I could have tried jumping on it and attacking downwards with my nail, but I just know that that isn't the correct thing to do, so... Let's take the stag back. I hope this has been a little bit entertaining to watch. I have no idea who's going to watch this, how many people are going to watch this. I am going to try and get through the whole game, though, even if it's only for 1 or 2 people. I think it's worth it. So, this is the room we were just in, and by getting all the way to the top, we can open that lever. There is more to see, though. Over here, we get to a dark room. I could explore that in the dark, but it's really not worth doing. So, just the hint that one of the power-ups in the game will be a source of light. This is a breakable wall. Now, before I open it, I'm just wondering, is there any tell for that? Well, you can hear the grub noises from beyond, and I think that's meant to be how you find it. It really doesn't look any different to me. Yep, can kill both of those before they shoot. I'm going to leave that room later. Let's go and see what the other marked room on the map was. Those guys give quite a lot of geo for killing them, so that's why I stopped to fight him, even though it was optional. Can't show you on the map because I don't have the compass, but we are now in the marked room. And there's a big arena here, so No surprises really, this is our first boss. Kills off the little enemies just to show how serious he is. So he's like an even bigger version of the guy we just fought. He's very slow, so easy to avoid his attacks. And after every so often he'll fall over, give you time to heal up, which is nice. Standing next to him and hitting upwards means I don't get knocked back by my own attack. These little boulders that fall from the ceiling can be knocked into him to do a bit more damage. But overall, pretty easy boss. And that rage attack takes a while to wind up, so I get a couple extra hits in there. He only does 1 damage. It's very silly. The normal enemy does 2, but the boss does 1. And instead of having a health amount, for this boss it's that you have to knock him down 3 times. After the 3rd time, his rage takes him through the floor, and he's just here helpless. So that was False Night. We pick up the city crest. There's a chest here with a very nice reward of 200 geo. I can't climb up there. But this is a shortcut back to the Grubfather's room. And up here, notice all these little skulls on sticks on our way up. It's a little bit ominous. So, who might you be and what do you want with us? Well, that's going to be for next time. Whew, I really hope that at least a couple of people will find this entertaining and encourage me to keep going. Thank you for watching.